Hello, I'm the event director, Tom Hunt. Welcome to the 2006 N.E.A.T Fair. The N.E.A.T Fair has been going on since 2000. This makes our 7th year. When pilots arrive, they check in at the headquarters tent and register with us to fly anytime they would like during the 3 days. They acquire a pilot's badge, they check in their transmitters, and then they go off and do some shopping and wait for us to get our act together, as we should say. We've got a lot of setup to do. Quite a large production, requires quite a few people. The show attracts about 1,500 people over the 3 days, and we attract anywhere between 250 and 300 pilots yearly. We attract anywhere from 30 to 45 vendors, depending on the year. And the show itself has been a boon to the local economy of the landowner and the shops around here, which is basically desolate after Labor Day. We generally run the N.E.A.T Fair with 10 flight stations, 6 flight stations for what we call the heavy iron aircraft. Those are the aircraft which fly general pattern airplanes. They're, fly more of a circuit, and they take up a lot of space, a lot of airspace. On the other end of the field, we set up 4 slow flyer or park flyer areas where we can let those guys play with their airplanes very close in and not have that much danger of running into the larger, heavier aircraft. And now let's get to the flying aircraft.
Hi, I'm Bob Keevely from Middletown, New Jersey, and this is my F-14 Tomcat built from Model Airplane News plans. It's got a 480 Park E-Flight motor on it. Flies really well, and the wings move, as per Bob's assistant. Great flying airplane, looks great in the air, very realistic. Not terribly fast, but it flies to scale.
Oh, yeah? Thank you. That's wonderful. Where's Tom? What are some of the maneuvers that you like to do with it?
One of my favorites is to go down the line with the wings forward, point it up at about 45 degrees at full power, and then crank the wings back. And about half a lap, the wings ease back on their own. It'll look really good. It does great turns. Great turns. Great victory rolls.
How long does it take to put together?
It took me about a month to build. But I had to, took a day or so to just cut the patterns and the Depron out. Yeah, built of all 6mm Depron. A lot of sanding, a lot of painting.
Hi, my name is Dan Landis. I'm from Rockland County, New York, and the airplane with me today is the Kangi Monocoop. It's got a 90-inch wingspan. The airplane all-up weight is about 16 pounds, ready to fly. We'll start up here at the front with the motor. It's a quite unique motor system. It's a high-max, counter-rotating 6320 series motor, which is two separate motors. As you can see, one prop will turn without the other one. It's a hollow shaft, so that the front prop is run by the back motor, and the back prop is run by the front motor. Each motor has its own speed controllers. They're both Castle Creations Phoenix 85 HV controllers. And then we're running a 10S 1P 5,000 milliamp Tannic lithium polymer battery. We're pulling about 140 amps total between the two motors off of the one battery with no problem. The radio equipment is Futaba 14MZ transmitter. The servos are all Futaba 9451 digitals. The receiver battery is a lithium polymer 2-cell 1550 milliamp battery. And the airplane is actually a very nice flying airplane. And very easy to fly. With this airplane, with the counter-rotating system, what is nice is there's absolutely no torque, so you don't need to use any rudder, for example, on the takeoff or whatnot. And with all the extra power that I have from the two motors, as you were able to see in the video, there was a little bit of hovering going on there. And most monocoups probably shouldn't be doing that, but with a little bit of extra power, we're able to get away with that.
Don Blasquet from Narragansett, Rhode Island, here with my son Nate, who flies this plane along with me. This is a 1911 Haas von Dickinson, the only one in the world. They only made one. Actually, I only made one. It's made to look like something that was built in 1911, flies very slowly. It has an Astro 05 geared motor, APC 12 8 prop, 30 amp speed control, flies on 7 nickel cadmium batteries. And there's a couple of pilot figures. Get in here to get to the battery. Watch out for his nose getting hooked up on the radiator. And it weighs an overall 58 ounces. But the wings, which are two 7.5-foot wings, together weigh 1 pound. They're made out of balsa and carbon fiber parts. I love the N.E.A.T fair. Who doesn't love the N.E.A.T fair? If you're not here, you're not here. I mean, this is crazy. This is a good place to be. And look at the weather now. It's great. Tom Hunt and Val Barbaldy's put on a really good show.
I'm Cascaditis from Port Murray, New Jersey. This is my Sonic Fighter, I call it. Started out as a Sonic Liner. Changed it over to a single engine instead of a twin. Made it easier with one controller instead of two, one large battery. And I did this last year after they sent my fiance to Iraq. Had time to kill last winter, so I decided to make something in her honor, so I called the Monster Slayer. It's all EPP foam, very durable, bounces in very well. The canards allow you to do some strange angles of attack. You could do a down angle or an up angle just by adjusting it as a flap, tying it to your flap elevator. And multiplex 480 with a 4.4 gearbox is all it needs, and it flies pretty well.
Now, this one, the kit form originally has two
twins, one in each one, before I put the Dixie cups on there as afterburner effect.
How's the performance changed since you decided to just put the...
It's probably about the same speed, but I can now go straight up vertically as much as I like, and it simplified it, actually. It made it easier to fly because it's only one thing to go wrong instead of two. I get about a 12 to 13 minute flight on it. I use the Van Power Pro 4500 3-cell 2P, and it flies great. It makes a great pack.
Hello, my name is Mark Thompson from Dundas, Ontario, Canada. This aircraft is a Westland Welkin F Mark I. It's a relatively obscure aircraft. Most people confuse it with the Mosquito, the Havilland Hornet, or the Westland Whirlwind. It was designed in the early 40s in Britain to address a high-altitude bombing threat that never really materialized. The aircraft was historically significant by being the first aircraft to have a pressurized cockpit. Full-scale aircraft used two Merlin engines. And I just thought it looked like a very interesting aircraft, so I decided to model it. Everything is scratch-built. It has a 96-inch wingspan, weighs 13 pounds. The two electric motors are Hyperion 4035 405s with Tanic 4S 5,000 milliamp batteries using Castle Creations 45 HV controllers, 1612 tops. And after having it on board for about 8 years, I finally got tired of people asking me when it was going to be finished, so I put my nose to the grindstone and got it done for N.E.A.T. And it was very gratifying to be able to fly it here and to receive such a warm response. It flies very, very well, and I'm very happy that I got it finished.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Mon, for another splendid flight on the Westland Woken. Say that 10 times fast.
My name is Nick Lavley. Right here we have the LN model Accord 2200E, distributed by Notheast Sailplane Products.
At 12 pounds and 84 inches, the airplane also has a wing area of around 1,775 square inches. Big wing, lightweight. He has a Steve New 1521 motor with a 6.7-to-1 gearbox on it.
It's a very slow-flying airplane, tons of wing area. It's about 14 ounces per square foot of wing loading. So very, very lightweight airplane, huge side area. It's really a floater. The NEAT show's been great. This is the second NEAT fair I've been to, and it just keeps impressing us with more larger airplanes, a lot of variety. It's better and better every year. It excels in the slow high alpha maneuvers, such as a very high alpha knife edge, high alpha harrier. Large elevator surfaces allow it to have a very nice and violent blender. Hovers effortlessly with its large surfaces.
And big round of applause for Nick Lavalley from Notheast Sailplane in the Accord 2200.
Hi, I'm Kevin Morse from Painted Post, New York, and I brought my Airworld ME262 here to NEAT. It's a highly prefabricated kit, and I'm powering it with a pair of Schubler DS51 fans. The fans have Hacker B5013XL motors with Hacker Master 077 electronic speed controllers. I'm using a single Thunder Power 8000 battery pack configured 9S4P. It's painted with Warbird Colors paint to match an ME262 from KGJ54, and I'm utilizing Robart retracts and high-tech radio system. And this is my first trip here to NEAT, and I've had a great time. I'm amazed at the number of people, spectators, and flyers, and the caliber of pilots, and the quantity and quality of the planes is just amazing. Had a lot of fun this year.
job. Kevin Moore with his NE-262. Thank you very much, Kevin. I'm glad you could find the time to bring it down and fly it for us.
Take off.
Landing. Yeah, that's 6 minutes.
Dave Lockhart from Medford, New Jersey. Plane I'm flying is an MK Matless 40 modified for electric. Radio is JR. Control power system is a Hacker B50 11S 6/7-to-1 gearbox, Castle 80 controller, and a Thunder Power 5S 2P Pro Light pack. All up weight on the airplane is about 3 pounds 15 ounces. Flies great. Very light airplane, very smooth, very clean, great fun.
Like that high elevation. A little bit better.
Guys, keep it down to the left-hand side of the field. Don't too far over to the
All right, great. Thank you very much.
The SFGs are actually kind of an update to the airplane. It was originally an early 80s pattern design, and adding the SFGs to it gives it a little more knife edge capability, a little bit of 3D capability as well.
I'm Dave Frost. I'm from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. This is my Electrifly Ryan STA. I built it over the winter, and I like this because I like the 30s era modeling, the styling, and this turned out to be a great flying model, and I'm really happy with it. I like the colors, and our kids have a lot of the Hess toys, and I was looking for something different but interesting to do as a color scheme, so I think I'm going to do all my planes that I build now are going to be Hess scheme. Hopefully, a little better job of covering as I build more models. But I just like the colors, and I like the color scheme. This is great. This is our third time here. My first time flying, but my buddy and I and his dad have come up for 3 years, and we just think it's a great place to come.
My name's Jonathan Pope, and this is Northeast Sailplanes Samba.
Taking off.
It is made by LN Models from the Czech Republic, and it comes from a long line of great planes, starting with the Vermont Belle. It's powered by a Hacker A30 12XL and managed by a Castle Creations Phoenix 35. A Kokum 3200 light poly battery is 3S1P configuration, and it has great performance with its thin NE.A.T airfoil and great balance, EV, and aerobatics. Good scale pattern sport flying ships.
This guy's coming in. I'll let you know when he comes in your area. Fabulous design. Oh, it's supposed to be fun. Here comes Sal. Yeah, see, that's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. I thought it was Nick's one.
I'm Mark Hampy. I'm from Great Plains. This is located in Champaign, Illinois. This is the Great Plains SE5A. Uses a rimfire 28 motor, 3-cell LiPo 1250. Flies very, very nice. It's very stable, very easy to fly. It is made of balsa and light ply. No foam in this one. Uses has a plastic cowl. Has a magnetic hatch under here for your battery. Just pops off. Comes with all the hardware. All you supply is the servos and the motor and the battery. It's a 4-channel. Ailerons, rudder, ailerons. The ailerons are connected with the rod. You get 8 to 10 minutes of flight. Nice slow flying. Very gentle, very easy to fly. Has no bad stall characteristics. It just floats.
I'm Keith Shaw, and you're at the 2006 N.E.A.T Fair. This is a model of Checkmate. It's a Reno racer. I saw it fly at Reno 2004. It got 4th place in the Gold Unlimited, only beat by a few airplanes. It did about I think it was 445 or something speed. It's a 1/6 scale model. The Checkmate is a very highly modified Yak-11, which was sort of like the Russian AT-6. With modifications including taking out the 500 horsepower radial engine and putting in a 3,000 horsepower engine out of a supercharged engine out of a Corsair. It's a magnificent airplane to fly. It weighs 10 pounds. It's like I said, it's 1/6 scale, so I think it's a 62-inch wingspan. It's powered with the Astroflight, what we affectionately known as the Monster motor. It was the prototype motor of the first big Astroflight. It has a 10S1P Tannic pack that are 5,000 type cells and a Castle 110 speed control. I'm only, quote unquote, only running it at about 2,500, 2,600 watts at full throttle. But today with a radar gun, they had several clocks, of which the fastest one was 157 miles an hour in level flight. That's not coming out of a dive. It is easy to fly in the sense that it does not care about gravity. It has truly unlimited vertical, including however fast you want to roll. But it's really enjoyable to fly. However, it's not for the lighthearted. It's covered with monocoat, as all my airplanes are. It's my own. I drew up my own plans and did all my own structural work.
Give me right. Give me right at arrow. Okay.
Oh, another thick grass problem.
My name is John Willis. I'm from Manchester, New Hampshire, and I'm flying the T-Rex 450 SE Superior Edition.
You're pretty ripping it up, dude. Yeah. You look pretty quietly, so
I have upgraded 325 carbon blades from Align. I have the stock motor system, stock ESC. PCM receiver, HS65MG servos, GY401 and 9650 servo on the tail. For the most part, it's pretty rock solid, and the power system gives lots of power, so I love flying it.
Then I can break it after that.
I love flipping it over a lot, just continuous flips. I love rolling. I love continuous rolls. I love hovering inverted real low. Backwards flight I'm working on right now. I just picked up the canopy with the skull on it today. So I'm pretty psyched about that.
Yeah, very good.
Hi, I'm Bill Haddon. I'm from Virginia. This is a 1911 Wright Model B, powered by a Speed 400. It's actually a Rocket 400 with a homemade gearbox, and that drives the chain drive, which gives a total of about 8-to-1 gear reduction. And that's what makes the propellers work, and their scale, pitch, and diameter, and number of laminations, and planform, and all that stuff. The airplane is scaled to the 1911 Wright B. No intentional deviations for handling. The center of gravity is correct, the airflow is correct, the areas and dimensions and all that are correct. It's been flying since 1999, so it's slowly turning into glue, but it's hung together for one more flight.
How we finally got a camera? I don't mind that.
'60s when I used to fly it with Mabuchi Auto Racing.
Talk about the plans, Steve. You drew the plans for this, and you sell the plans for it, but also this is from original drawings?
Yeah, these were documented in stuff that I got from Peter M. Gross, a retired man whose father was a satirist, pen and ink drawer, where the Germans in World War I were trying to turn Germany into communism, and they lost. Peter M. Gross taught me everything I know about World War I German planes, and I fell in love with their advanced thinking. So I did this, which the British were afraid of. They call it the Flying Razor. And they asked Sopwith to build something good to fly better than it. And that was the number 2, the one you first flew when you first met me.
Okay, the Sopwith...
the Sopwith Swallow, number 2. And that was their answer to the Flying Razor blade.
All right.
We got the aileron very close to the top. I need a tiny bit more. Do a little spin. No wonder
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is your last chance to get into the raffle for today's Telemaster Complete System, airplane, radio, motor, battery. Complete. It's charged, ready to go. Well, maybe the transmitter needs stopping off. It's been sitting a while. But anyway, it's a complete Telemaster 40. Nice big trainer.
Excellent.
Set up over here.
My name is Carl DiFilippo. I live in Winchester, Mass. And this is a Parkfly auto gyro. It's unique because it has wide blades. You very seldom see a wide blade auto gyro. It's a good flyer. There's a Hacker Speed 20L on it, and it weighs about 26 ounces. It's 26 ounces altogether, and I can get with a 1200 milliamp pack. This will do about 20-minute flight. So that's about it. Is it a kit? No, this is built by me. It's a home-built one. And I have 4 auto gyros, maybe 6 if we should.
Okay, this is the newest release from Terrific Jet Models, my little home jet company. We're really excited about this one. It's a tremendous flyer. It flies, this one probably flies most like a pattern airplane out of any airplane we make. It does real great axial rolls, good high speed. Doesn't have quite the slow speed stability as like what the MiG does because it doesn't quite have as much leading edge extension area. But it is still extremely stable at low speed. It is just a riot to fly. It's got a 24-inch wingspan. Total length 34 inches. We use the Wematech microfan with a Castle Creations 5400 kV, actually a car motor we use in these. The ducted fan is turning 45,000 RPM and we're drawing 17 amps. And because of that, we're using a Thunder Power 1320 3-cell 11.2-volt battery pack. One of the unique things about the design is the fact that it does have a two-dimensional nose per se. But the good news about this design is, number one, the nose, these pieces you see on the side extensions there, in the low alpha position, these things actually act like wing area. They act like canards in the front, which helps the airplane fly low. Also, with the battery pack underneath and exposed, it is directly into the intake area for the inlet. So we're moving a tremendous amount of air across this battery and really keeping it cool. That's the reason we're getting this kind of performance. It's our first year at N.E.A.T, and we're having a ball. Great weekend, and I recommend everybody come. If you're not here, you'll love it.
I'm 11 years old, and I'm from Stamford, Connecticut. It's a Aeromodeley. We made it electric powered. It's powered by E-Flight's Power 60. It has a Jetty 77 amp speed controller and a 6S2P Thunder Power battery pack.
Any sound effects?
It has machine gun sound effects and a 3-blade propeller.
How does it fly?
It flies very smooth. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't have any bad habits.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been flying?
I've been flying for about 4 years. I like to fly a lot of pattern in 3D. This is really my first warbird. And it flies pretty nice.
Got a great plane, very right.
Email me the information. I think you're right. What kind of shot would you prefer? The inverted.
Okay. I'm Dale Hart from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Fly at the LVRCS Club. This is a Tucano Electric, the smaller one from Warbirds RC, and I'm flying it with a 1500 milliamp battery pack, 3-cell, and it's got a Hyperion. I believe it's a 1913-06. I've also flown it in the past with a RC or Warp 4 4-turn. I find it flies really nice with about the 2000 kV motor and a 5.5 or a 6 5.5 prop. Gives plenty of speed, but it's easy to hand launch because it pulls away and keeps the amp down around 20 amps, so I don't need a huge battery pack. Keeps the wing loading down. It lands nice and gentle.
Going out on the field is me, the airplane.
flies great. Unlimited vertical, plenty of speed, and very smooth.
Hi guys, my name is Dan Landis. I'm here with my brand new AirWild Extra 260. It's a great ARP from AirWild. It's literally a 2 to 3 day assembly. It's a great, easy to put together and very light and strong built airplane. Up front for power we have a brand new prototype AXI 534516. The motor is turning a APC E-prop, a 24x12 prop, at just over 6,000 RPM, pulling just a little bit more than 4,000 watts, which is giving me absolutely awesome performance. The airplane flying weight is about 16 pounds, and we added about a pound of weight for the camera, and it still had absolutely monster power. The speed controller is a Castle Creations Phoenix 110 HV, the high voltage version, and I'm using a 12S 1P Tannic lithium polymer battery with 5,000 milliamps, and on that flight I probably used about 2,500 milliamp 25 to 2,400 milliamps for the flight. All the radio equipment is Futaba 14MZ for the transmitter, and 9351 digital Futaba servos everywhere else. And it's just an awesome flying airplane.
Hello, I'm Tom Hunt. I'm the event director for the 2006 N.E.A.T Fair. It's a rare opportunity this year for me to actually get fly in the lunchtime demos at the show. This year I brought my KMP BF-109E to the show to fly. It has in it an AXI 5330-24 Outrunner brushless motor in it and a 9-cell lithium poly pack of the PolyQuest 20 cells. The airplane spans about 73 inches, weighs 13 pounds. It has retracts and flaps, and it has a lot of scale detail that just doesn't come with the original kit from KMP. The original kit comes already painted, it comes covered, so it's really more like an ARF than a kit. But there's quite a bit of work that has to be done in an aircraft this size. It's originally intended for glow, between 90 and 120 glow engines, but of course I've electrified it. I make my own props, I make my own scale details to enhance the model. And the aircraft has been flown a number of times this summer, and I've been finally getting into the point where I'm very comfortable with the airplane, and it flies very much like a sport pattern airplane rather than a fighter. Great flying, a little airplane for a little Messerschmitt.
Up, 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 up.
Hi, my name is Bill Haddon. I'm from Northern Virginia. This is a Handley Page 42. It's a 1930 vintage British airliner used with Imperial Airways. This was a team effort. This airplane was a project with Bill McMullen, John Hunton, and Michael Dale and myself. We all live in Northern Virginia, and Don Schroll was the consultant on setting up the power system on it. And Michael Dale, he lets us fly at his model field, and he's an expatriate British, and he likes old British airplanes, and he suggested this airplane. And the more we found out about it, the cooler the story was. There were only about 8 made. They were all airliners in the 1930s, and none of them ever crashed. None of them killed any fare-paying passengers in the whole time they were in service with Imperial Airways, flying back and forth between London and Paris and to the far reaches of the British Empire. Very reliable airplane. There were no passengers right there where the engines are. The passengers are all far forward or aft in soundproof compartments. It's a really luxurious airplane, very reliable. So, and it makes a really good model.
John Wood, your frequency.
They're AXI brushless motors with jetty speed controls. There's two 3,200 milliampere hour lithium polymer packs in the front, so it acts like just over 6 ampere hours of power. I couldn't start my car after I charged it the first time. Plenty of power. Jumps right off the ground. flies great. We've only been flying it since about June, and right now I would say the center of gravity is just a tad aft. It's a little bit hard to figure how much elevator to use on flare. But other than that, it's just a big biplane. It likes to have a lot of rudder with the turns. Other than that, very stable. A little ponderous on the ailerons, just the way you want it to be. It looks the part in the air, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Go ahead and pick one.
We're rolling. Okay, my name is Peter Glenk, and I live in Voorheesville, New York. That's upstate New York, just outside of Albany. This is one of the model airplanes that I have that is kind of unusual. We call it a flying lampshade. Some of the guys in the club have tipped at that. It's just a box kite, a motorized box kite. The motor is at an angle, about a 6-degree angle. You can see by the prop. And the motor turns left and right by the servo here. If you see the servo, the motor turns left and right. You increase the throttle, it makes it go up. The battery down here is the low point and the heavy spot, so that it has some orientation. Otherwise, it would rotate with the torque of the prop and the motor. It's a kind of a fun thing to fly, and an awful lot of people ask an awful lot of questions about it. It's all carbon fiber and ripstop nylon, and it's pretty versatile. Takes an awful lot of abuse, and just keeps on flying. So there you have it, the flying lampshade.
Good job! Big round of applause for Philip Addo. Thank you very much, Philip.
Flying box. Flying lampshade.
Hi, I'm Paul Gentile. I'm the manufacturer of the new line of airfoils aircraft.
And I'm Jim Vigani. I'm the designer of the airfoils line of airplanes. This particular airplane here is the airfoils Bipe. It's the newest in our line. It's constructed of EPS, Depron, and balsa. We call it a hollow hybrid construction. It weighs 24 ounces, has a 510 square inches of wing area. It's powered by an AXI 2808-24, pulling about 270 watts. Its battery is a 2100 3-cell LiPoly. And it is full 3D aerobatic. It does about any maneuver you can possibly think of. It's very light on the wing, and it's presently one of our better performing airplanes. It's almost anything you can do with it. Anything you do, the plane will do it.
The Airfoil Z comes to life. The latest entry in the Airfoil Z line of high-performance foam aircraft. 34-inch span, 510 square inch wing area, 24-ounce weight, ready to fly. Powered by an AXI 2808-24 brushless outrunner motor. Capsule Creations Phoenix 25. And a 2100 milliamp battery pack with Impala. Check out the entire line at airfoils.com.
This is our first time here. It's very impressive. It's the valley is just dynamite for flying. This field is awesome. The winds seem to have been captured above the mountains and had a very pleasurable time.
I've enjoyed the Neat Fair myself. It's our first year myself, and excellently ran, quality field, great flying, and beautiful weather.
Well, you get to so you'll be well in within a time. I'm good for 2.5. That's pretty good. Just to let my seat fly workers know, and we will probably conclude this very quickly around 1:20, 1:25. I'm seeing all my people guys that morning. Shutdown task in order, so all my people guys, please hang around the headquarters for 15 minutes, please. with a great display on the airfoil Z belt play button.
Mayor Gray from Connecticut, first year down here at the N.E.A.T Fair. Nice field, beautiful, really. Flying a T-Rex, pretty much stock except for the motor. Got a hacker motor and gas creation speed control. Having a good time. It's a line T-Rex. It's a 450 XL. A couple upgraded parts: metal head and metal tail. Air sensor frameless, basic 9650 servo, 401 gyro, a 2 amp DC made by Medusa Research. And it's pretty much stock about that. With this one, I like to keep it enclosed. I find nitro is going to keep that, kind of keep that out farther. But it's a great learning tool, really. I mean, you can crash it up, and it's really cheap. It's really cheap to fix. This is the first time being out here. This is perfect. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Hi, my name's Terry Mann. I fly with Team Astro. Astroflight and Castle Creations are our sponsors. This is a great plane, 30% Christian Eagle. It's an ARF. It's flying the new Astroflight 8120 direct drive in-runner motor. We use a Castle Creation HV 110 controller and a Tannic 10S 1P 5000 amp pack. The plane weighs 19 pounds, ready to fly. We're spinning an 18.8 prop at 9,000 RPM, using about 3,500 watts. Normal flight would go, it takes off, you can take off, have a pretty good climb out, almost unlimited vertical, snaps, rolls, lumpsies. Everything is amazing. It's well got the power of a Fuji 50 gas motor and an electric version. It's our first time at this event. It's a beautiful scenery, great place to be, wonderful people. We wouldn't want to be anywhere else this weekend flying planes.
Thank you very much, Steve Vans and Terry Mann from Team Astro.
Hi, my name is Joshua Ziering.
And I'm John Ziering.
From Maplewood, New Jersey. This is the Hangar 9 Extra 260, 27% airplane.
It's running a 2110 prop, Hyperion Z50 on 12S1P 4350s.
It's pulling about close to 75 amps at nearly 3,000 watts of power. It's a Michelin carbon fiber prop, so it's got a nice growl to it. It's still really quiet, but it's got loads of power and unlimited vertical. Flies really well.
It does great IMAC. You can blow through the sequence very easily. It also does, other aerobatics such as 3D. It'll hover, knife edge, blender, flat spin, all that stuff.
It's got really good authority beyond the stall, so putting it into a hover is not as much of a chore as it is for other airplanes. So you get the rudder moving on it, you get the elevator moving on it, and then right amount of throws, and it's a pleasure to get down there.
Thank you, Josh and John Deering, the 27%. Extra.
Hello, my name is Keith Shaw. I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan. This is the 2006 N.E.A.T Fair. And the airplane in front of me is the Bugatti Racer.
Bugatti P100 Racer.
It was an airplane that was designed in 1939 to set the world speed record by Bugatti, the fellow who was famous for all the racing cars. He hand-built two special straight-eight supercharged engines and hired a fellow to design this most incredibly exotic-looking airplane for setting the world speed record. Again, this is 1939. They had the airplane built. They had it in primer. They had all the equipment in it and checked that the engines had all run and everything. And then they took all the equipment out of it to paint it, and that's when Germany overran France. And so it never got a chance to fly. It was put into a barn and then only discovered again somewhere in, I think it was in the 70s when somebody discovered it. It is now restored and hanging in the EAA Museum over in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Had it flown with the best of the drag calculations that we even have today, with the horsepowers that they actually recorded, it would hold the world speed record as we stand right now still. They estimated it would probably done about 550 to 570 miles an hour, and I believe the current piston-powered speed record is 528. So that's not bad for a 1939 airplane.
A pair of Bugatti race engines in the original vehicle. Unfortunately, the vehicle never flew because the Germans during 1939 overran France, where the aircraft was being finally put together. And
the reason I built it is there had been a lot of discussion. Many people thought it was such an extremely radical airplane that it would have never flown, or no pilot would have had the courage to fly it, or it would have crashed or broken up. And I decided to build an absolutely accurate scale model that I could to see whether it really would fly. I did no deviations with all of the documentation I could possibly generate and find on it. And I did do it with the counter-rotating props. I designed, I think, 5 gearboxes and built them before I found the gearbox that I was happy with. This has got each propeller is driven by a separate motor, just like the original. The original had 2 straight-8 Bugatti engines in it. This is using 2 Astroflight brushless 05 motors. Each one drives about a 3-to-1 gear ratio to drive a prop. The airplane is a 1/5 scale, so it's about 65 inches in span. It weighs about 8 pounds, and its power, the battery pack is a 3S2P of the Kokum 3200 cells, and it has 2 Castle 45 speed controls. Once I got the drivetrain straightened out, it flew beautifully. Some of the earlier gearboxes that I tried didn't work so well. And it's in a very exotic design with what they call a butterfly tail. I'll turn this around. You can see that it's got like the V-tail elevator, but it's got the underslung rudder, so it's a tri-tail. It also has swept forward wings. You can see that the wings are swept forward. This was an unbelievably radical design at the time. And also the pilot sat way up in front because the engines were all the way in the back. The 2 engines were back in this area of the airplane with drive shafts that went on either side of the pilot. So the pilot was sitting in between 2 500 horsepower blenders. If anything let go, I don't think there would be anything left of them.
Hi, I'm Gordon Johnson of the Boston Micronauts. We're here to see the indoor flying portion of N.E.A.T. Tonight you're going to see some of the smallest, lightest, up through largest and lightest indoor planes. It's a gathering of people from all across the country and even around the world as far away from Norway and France. And now let's take it away to the action and see some of the very light microplanes in the world here in Downsville tonight.
Hi, my name is Bob Selman from Bob Selman Designs, and this is the new Christian Eagle from My Class Models. We'll be distributing this. It uses our 7mm gearbox for the 4-to-1 gearing and the carbon prop. Uses the Plantraco system with mini-ax. It's got very nice performance. It comes, the Depron already has the tissue attached and colored like you see in the picture. It's a great airplane.
Two people with them tonight. White glass designer. Bob Selman sells them.
Hi, my name is Joe Malinchak. This is my 1/72nd scale A6M2 Japanese Zero I design. The model's all foam. It has a molded wing and fuselage. The tail is Durobatics foam for the stabilizer. It's a 3-channel with a new Plantraco receiver. Works on 900 megahertz. The battery just clips on the bottom, powers up, and you're ready to go. The model will fly for up to 8 minutes. It features a 4-to-1 gear ratio and a carbon fiber prop. All of the weight of it is 3.8 grams, and it's a great flying model.
SKSvideo.com. You can buy a video of last year's meet that has a lot of indoor footage. And some number of future that you will buy this year's meet video, which will also hopefully have a lot of indoor footage. So.
this sort of hand. Very good voice. Not that bad, though.
Hi, I'm Martin Newell. I'm from San Jose, California, and I have here newest plane, which has just half an hour ago broken the world record, I believe, for the lightest radio-controlled, electric-powered airplane. This one weighs 695 milligrams. That's less than 0.7 of a gram. It is fully proportional radio, 2 channels. This propeller is a 1-inch by 0.6 propeller, carbon fiber. The covering on the wing and tail surfaces is 2 micron, 2 millionths of a meter, mylar. The motor is based on a pager motor. This one is a 3.2 millimeter diameter pager motor. The battery is the smallest one you can get commercially. It's a lithium polymer battery, which is almost universally in use in these planes here tonight. This is the smallest you can get, 10 milliamp hours. I've been working on these sort of planes now for a year and a half. David DeWitt in Australia was the first guy to get a remote control plane under 1 gram, and I learned quite a bit from him, and he helped me quite a bit with this. But this is my latest effort, 695 milligrams, which, as far as I know, and as far as everybody else here knows, and they ought to know, is a new world record.
Okay. Hi, I'm Del Ogren from up around Chicago. I don't know, what can I say about it? It started off as a free flight rubber powered kit, but about the only parts I used were the push rods and bits of wire and stuff like that. It's a 27 to 1 gear ratio. Flapping the wings in a scissors fashion, and it flies on a 90 milliamp hour lithium polymer cell, JMP receiver, Selman magnetic actuator. I was surprised that it didn't take more iterations to make it fly than it did. Second time out, I had the CG problem solved, and it flew just like it flew here this evening. That rarely, if ever, happens.
My name is Gary Jones, and I'm from Joplin, Missouri. I'm with VSD Designs. This is a new airplane that I designed. It's real small. I have this in other designs, other sizes, up to 72-inch wingspan, but this is the smallest one. Running the Falcon breeze block on it, 7mm motor, gearbox that I make, and all up weight on the thing is about 23 grams, and it flies real well.
Hi, I'm Matt Keenan here at the N.E.A.T Fair Indoor Flying Meet, and this is my new model, Fokker Eindecker. It's a 1/72nd scale model. Primarily it's made out of milled Depron foam, so it's all foam sheeting. It looks like it's a built-up wood structure with covering, but it's actually just airbrush. It's all painted. There's no decals, and it has a 4x8 millimeter pager motor inside, maple propeller. It's got a 10 milliamp hour battery that's wrapped around the motor. All the metal tubing details are all rolled aluminum tubing out of 1/1000 of an inch thick aluminum, and it's got a custom muscle wire actuator in the fuselage, and we have full flying control surfaces at the back, just like the real one. So you've got scale pull cables at the back and scale control horns, pretty much scale size propeller. You're going to have a machine gun on there soon, finish the rigging. It's got a little elastic prop saver. The prop comes out and comes back in, save the prop. And 2.5 grams, 5-inch wingspan, 1/72nd scale. And I was trying to make it kind of as nice as some of the better 1/72nd scale plastic models, but also have it fly. And it should fly between 2 and 5 minutes. And we'll probably do the first long endurance flight here at N.E.A.T Fair Indoor. Thank you. All right, this is like the first flight, so we'll see what happens. Cross your fingers. Whoa, okay. I think time to rework it.
My name is Joe Malinchak. I'm from Carbondale, Pennsylvania, and I'm holding the Micron V2. The Micron came out about a year ago. It's currently the world's smallest production mass-produced, fully functional helicopter. Has an 8.25-inch rotor span. This one here weighs 57 grams complete. Has a 230 li-poly battery, and it'll give you about 6 to 8 minutes of flight time. The model is, it's not really a beginner's model, but it's also not hard to fly. If you could fly any of the fixed-pitch helicopters, you'll have no problems with this. Very stable. They made some changes from the old Micron. It has a one-piece flybar assembly. It's a lot stronger and flies beautifully. It's very stable. Flight flies really well. You can virtually fly it anywhere, in your house or in the gym. It's capable of forward flight, fairly slow forward flight. Very strong.
Hi, I'm Martin Newell. This is Martin's Tripe. It's a 6-inch wingspan, 3 flying surfaces. It uses the JMP receiver. Let's see, a 6 millimeter 4.5 ohm pager motor geared 4.5 to 1. Homemade carbon prop. It's covered with Reynolds wrap, shrunk with a small space heater, 90 milliamp hour battery, and flies great. It's 3 channels, elevator, rudder, and motor.
I'll tell you something
This plane, by the way, is about, I don't know, 2 years, more than 2 years old. It's got countless hours on it. It's usually the first plane that I fly when I go to the gym because it's so reliable and so stable.
Well, that concludes the indoor section of N.E.A.T, and I hope you enjoy what you've seen, and if you like it, I hope you will get involved with it and try some of this microflying for yourself.
Well, it's Sunday here at the N.E.A.T Fair, and it's sunny. Finally, Tom. How'd the show go for you?
Well, with a little damp start on the opening day Thursday and a little bit of rain on Friday, finally the sun broke, and then we got some fair weather, calm skies, and we had a tremendous amount of flights over the weekend. We haven't collected our flight cards yet, but I suspect we had well over 1,000 individual flights.
Wow, that's a lot. Everything else go okay for the show?
Yeah, so the vendors were very happy with the show. They were, when it was raining, obviously, they liked it when it was raining because the pilots couldn't fly, so they were off buying things. When the sun came out, it attracted thousands of spectators. We probably had at least 1,000 here on Saturday alone, and probably more than that at better times during the day.
Oh, great show then. All right, we're going to be back here next year. We hope you are too. For Tom Hunt and the entire SKS Video crew, we'll see you at the flight line. Surfing the net? Check out the hottest new RC webpage on the web, the SKS Video webpage at www.sksvideo.com. There you'll find all the latest news and information about our current and upcoming titles. Order online using our secure order form. Fly on the internet with the SKS Video webpage. Watch him, Stormy.